Going down, y'all. Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Hit the like button. Um, Sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit them notifications as well to get all of my content and all of my videos. I appreciate everybody, all of my subs that's been rocking with me. Um, I appreciate everybody that has supported me through the 5K. I ain't gonna do no 5K party or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, uh, to me, man, I'm picking up where I left off, and as I've always said, it's not really about the subs with me or the numbers and none of that other stuff, man. It's about the message. But I am gonna say this though: either you rocking with me or you rolling with me. And if you're not rocking with me, then you just go ahead and get rolled over because we're still going to keep this thing pushing regardless. You know what I'm saying? So um, if you if you if you hating, go ahead and hate even harder. Do your best job to hate. You know what I'm saying? Do everything that you can to try to destroy. Do everything that you can to try to see my demise. You know what I'm saying? I need an opposition. You know what I'm saying? I need plenty of opposition, plenty of opponents. It doesn't make no difference. But if you're with me, hey, that's fine with me too. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, it doesn't make no difference. So salute to everybody that has supported me, and shout out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and as well as boxing community. Um, Sorry about that, y'all. Salute to all of y'all. All right. Now let's go ahead and get right to this, man. Shout out to Ticket TV, man, because he had actually talked about this. I saw him talking about it. It was tripped out what he was talking about Shannon Sharpe, 50 Cent, um, and 50 Cent in his feelings. Because of the interview. And not only is 50 Cent in his interview, in his feelings, Mayweather is in his feelings too because of the Oscar De La Hoya uh, interview and everything. Now, as you know, 50 Cent uh, never the one to shy away from controversy or clout. He wanted a piece of that clout too, as well as Mayweather too. He wanted a piece of that clout too. Please hit the like when you come on in here. Um, they wanted a piece of that clout. Well, Oscar De La Hoya um, is a controversial figure. I've already talked about Oscar De La Hoya. We know what Oscar De La Hoya's MO is. Um, and in his interview, he had quite a few things to say. Now, as many people know, he's not known to really tell the truth. But where I give Shannon Sharpe his credit is that he he put Oscar's feet to the fire. Okay, with a lot of questions, particularly the question about him wearing the fishnet and him posing in women's clothing and everything. And of course, Oscar De La Hoya, his excuse was that he was inebriated and high. You know what I'm saying? Because as you know, Oscar De La Hoya had a drug problem, amongst many other problems too as well. You're not gonna let me in, man. Um, but the thing about it is that when it comes to Oscar De La Hoya, uh, we have to understand that this guy is somebody that really cannot be trusted. I've said that before. He's not a guy that's gonna be straight up and honest. He's not a guy in which you can sit up there and pretty much everything that you have to take everything that Oscar De La Hoya says with a grain of salt. Well, uh, 50 Cent, um, he heard the comments that Shannon had to say um, in reference to 50 Cent's past boxing and his skills and whatnot. And 50 Cent did not take a liking to that too well. As you know, 50 Cent was he did his love for boxing is pretty well known, and because of that, 50 Cent was posting some stuff on social media in regards to the big, the pretty much the big, I should say, um, like the big trolling fiasco that had taken place with Shannon Sharpe just a few months ago, where Shannon Sharpe was the butt of memes. He was the butt of skits, everything. I mean, Shannon Sharpe was breaking the internet left and right. Whether it was the Cat Williams interview, but mainly it was because of the Total Wine skit that everybody was trying to do, and 50 Cent had did that, and as well he had reposted Oscar De La Hoya and him being in the cat suit to kind of pretty much throw shade at him, you know. And well, actually, it wasn't shade. It actually was, straight up. It was straight up. Now, I I'm not listen. I'm not taking nobody's side or anything like that. But if I did have to take a side, it would have to be 50 Cent. I mean, not 50 Cent. It would have to be Shannon Sharpe. For the simple fact that Shannon Sharpe does get guys in his feelings. Shannon Sharpe does everything that he can to get people riled up, get people in their feelings, stir the pot, so to speak. Because Shannon Sharpe, like Tiki was saying this morning in his video or his live this morning, Shannon Sharpe is going to ask the tough questions. Shannon Sharpe is going to hold people's feet to the fire. Shannon Sharpe is going to do the interviews that not necessarily everybody wants to do. And ever since the Cat Williams interview, Shannon Sharpe has pretty much been known as the guy because he's always done interviews, but it seems like since the Cat Williams interview, Shannon Sharpe has been known as the guy to everybody wants to get on that platform to say what they need to say. Yeah, it's not about any of that. What this is about, man, is everybody wants the clout that Shannon has because let's just call it what it is. Shannon Sharpe is able to set the internet on fire. Shannon Sharpe is able to bring in those big names, like when he brought Monique in. Guess who was all in their feelings? It was guys like D.L. Hughley and a few others. You know what I'm saying? When Cat Williams they came on, guess what? You have many people all in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Saying what they needed to say or whatnot. In this case right here, you have Oscar De La Hoya. You have 50 Cent. He's in his feelings. And this is in reference to Shannon Sharpe, at least. And it had to do a lot with James Kirkland. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Because as you know, James Kirkland was a guy that 50 Cent had promoted. And I remember that fight too because, like I said, Canelo is one of my favorite fighters or whatnot. And 50 Cent had tried to promote. My fault, yeah, I'm getting the car washed or whatnot. 50 Cent had tried to promote James Kirkland, but it did not pan out that well. And he was Oscar De La Hoya was basically talking about his promoting skills. Okay, And I made a mistake earlier, not about the boxing skills, it was about the promoter skills. My fault about that mistake. Now it's kind of coming back to me. Um, 50 Cent did not like that very much, and that's what prompted him to go ahead and take shots at Shannon Sharpe, as opposed to him being, zesty or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And Shannon Sharpe, believe it or not, Shannon Sharpe, I don't think he's really phased by that. You know what I'm saying? Just like he wasn't any more phased by the situation that had taken place where they were making fun of him because of his makeup on First Take. He wasn't bothered by it. As a matter of fact, he got a kick out of it. And when he went on the nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, guess what? They were laughing about it. They were laughing about it. So it's not about whether or not he's real or any of that. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with him being real or anything like that. What this has to do is the psychology game. And Shannon Sharpe, he's winning the psychology game. Matter of fact, he's won the psychology game in several instances. He won the psychology game with Skip Bayless, right? Because think about it. Everybody knows that hold on, y'all. My fault, y'all. Everybody knows that when Shannon Sharpe was on there with Skip Bayless or whatnot, Shannon Sharpe being 6'2", 6'3", weighing 200 and plus pounds of solid muscle, everybody knows that he could have mopped the floor with Skip. But what did he do? He took the high road. He played the psychology game, and guess what? He ended up winning. Sometimes everybody wants to talk. Oh man, he real. We know that 50 Cent is real. Now there's some things I question about his past, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna get into that. I've already talked about that one time before. But we all know that 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying, was in the hood and all that other jazz and stuff like that. But in this case, what is 50 Cent gonna really do? You know what I'm saying? This guy, he is an icon in his own right, and Shannon is an icon in his own right too. But he's playing the psychology game better. It has nothing to do with him being real. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to prove that you're real and you do something stupid, then guess what? Then you're going to be looked at as a really dumb individual for doing what you did. I'm talking about like if you go up and assault that person or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Then you got a possible lawsuit. And the way that everybody is money hungry today, you won't be surprised. I mean, look at what happened with Beyonce. Mr. Knowles. You see that situation, it backfired on her, and on top of that, look at what happened with Tom Brady's wife, or ex-wife rather, Gazelle. She tried to get the house and all that other stuff. Guess what? It backfired because Tom Brady was cerebral. So like I said, man, it's about the psychology game. So all this, oh yeah, man, he real. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we know he real, but he really in his feelings. Shannon Sharpe got all these guys in his feelings. All these guys coming out, posting on social media, all this other jazz. And I think it's funny. Now Mayweather's, listen, Mayweather, because, Mayweather is set to try to, he making his way back in the ring or whatnot. Mayweather, he's gonna want a piece of that clout, and I know that Mayweather, is gonna respond to what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. Now, in the case when it comes to Oscar De La Hoya and when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, I side with Mayweather. I don't agree with everything that Mayweather does. Let me put that out first and foremost. I think that in terms of running what he runs, as far as TMT, I don't think he does a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like he was great. He was great as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but in terms of how he does business and how he promotes his fighters and stuff like that, I don't like it. But I will say this: um, Oscar De La Hoya was a snakish dude, and how can you blame Mayweather for implementing some of the things that he did because he ran into a guy like an Oscar De La Hoya, So um, yeah, Shannon Sharpe definitely got people in their feelings. I think it's funny. I get a kick out of it, man, because Shannon Sharpe is having fun. He's doing something, man. Shannon Sharpe is actually doing something, man, that a lot of people wish that they could really do. Which is to, well, for one, a lot of athletes have a hard time transitioning over to media, man. Um, and he was able to do that. The first person that comes to mind, man, when I think of guys that struggle, and this is no shade to Chris Webber, but Chris Webber had struggled a little bit, making his transition over from media or from playing over to the media. Shaquille O'Neal, he kind of struggled a little bit, but Shaquille O'Neal became good at what he did. And I'm not talking about in terms of Shaquille O'Neal, like his intellect or him the way he talks or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is him more so trying to transition from being an actual athlete as opposed to him being a part of the media now. But because for so long he was a player, but he had to get out of the mindset of thinking like a player. He had to think like he had to have a media personality, and he had to put his mind. He had to get into the mind of being a media, unfortunately. And when you're a part of the media, believe it or not, they really don't care. They might care about that person, but at that point in time, they don't because they're just reporting the news. There's a lot of things that these guys don't want you to report on, don't want you to talk about, but because of the media and because the media does sell, that's what they have to do. Well, in Shaquille O'Neal's case, he had to critique some guys, and he had to be rather straightforward about some of the stuff that he said or whatnot, and the network probably wanted him to talk about some of those stuff, but he and there were some people that probably questioned him about it. There were probably guys that were in their feelings and stuff like that. And see, Shannon Sharpe, what he has done, man, is he was able to do that. But everybody thought that Shannon Sharpe was just gonna be a guy that was not gonna make it in the media game. And to me, I saw I saw a lot of potential in Shannon Sharpe early on. Now all that zesty stuff, the fruity stuff, and all that other stuff, man. You know, that's on Shannon Sharpe. That's his own life or whatever. But there are a lot of guys that are trying to do what Shannon Sharpe does. To give a great interview, you have to ask tough questions. Shannon Sharpe has that gift to ask really tough questions. Like I, one of the interviews. that a lot of people probably not even paying attention to, or probably didn't even really look at, or whatever, but I did. I looked at the Ric Flair interview with Shannon Sharpe. I thought that that was a dope interview that he did. Like, I know everybody looking at the Cat Williams interview and all that other stuff, but I looked at that interview because I wanted to know a lot about Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? Besides what they said in the media and all that stuff. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, yeah, but um, he's he's a part of the media now. He's a part of the media, and Shannon Sharp, as great as a player as he was, you already knew that he had a personality on him. I don't know if anybody had watched Hard Knocks, but I was able to watch Hard Knocks and watch it plenty of times. Shannon Sharp, man, he had a personality on him. Like guys like him and Ray Lewis, these guys had personality on them. There's a couple of others. Man, I always forget his name. Man, he passed away. He was an offensive lineman. Man, I always forget his name. Man, he played for the Ravens. Man, he was on the Sopranos and everything. He had a personality on him too. So yeah, man, Shannon Sharp, man, you got guys in their feelings, man, and I just think it's funny, man. Everybody want a piece of that clout that Shannon Sharp got. They jealous of Shannon Sharp, because what he's doing in the game right now, and I just think it's funny, man. And it was something that I needed to talk about. Um, I do see a couple of people coming up on his platform to try to either set the record straight or defend themselves. And Mayweather just happens to be one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, I think Mayweather's going to try to capitalize on every opportunity there. So, um, anyways, man, I appreciate everybody showing up, man. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, um, subscribe. Also hit them notifications too. And it's straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. I'll be talking to y'all later.